Andraste! How much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Just say what?
What is that?
Ugh!
Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve.
Blah, blah, blah! Obey me, arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're kind of plain, really. All that talk, and then you're just person. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
They say I'm the Herald of Andraste. But who are you? And what's this about?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sarah. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
Bunch of nutters.
Why do you take their weapons?
Breaches.
Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
How about we get to know each other first? You know, names and such.
One name. No, wait, two. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort. Some woman... It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people. So here, in your face, I'm Sarah. The friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I used them to help you. Plus arrows.
The Inquisition has...
Here's how it is. You important people... Then you've got cloaks, all those secrets. So no, I'm not knifey shiv dark, all hidden. If you don't like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to...
All right, Sarah. I can use...
Yes! Getting plus extra breaches because I have all these... You... Anyway, Haven. See you there.
Lord Trevelyan of Ostwick, representing the Inquisition.
A pleasure, sir. We so rarely have a chance to meet anyone new. So you must be a guest of Madame...
Are you here on business? I have heard the most curious tales of you. I cannot imagine half of them are true.
I'm not familiar with that name. I was invited here by First Enchanter Vivienne.
Madame de Fer is a fond nickname the court has given Lady Vivienne.
I've heard she finds it amusing.
I've heard very little about Duke Bastien.
He hasn't been seen much at court lately.
His business with the Council of
And of course, Bastien.
tearing up the Dales in a foolish bid for power? It will end in disgrace for...
Some of those storytellers may have gotten carried away.
But only for the best effect. The Inquisition is a ripe sub...
The Inquisition. What? Washed up sisters and crazed sick. Everyone knows it's just an excuse for a bunch of political outcasts to grab power.
The Inquisition is working to restore peace and order to Thedas.
Here comes the outsider, restoring peace with an army. We know what your Inquisition truly is. If you were a man of honor, you'd step outside and answer the charges.
My dear Marquis, how unkind of you to use such language in my house to my guests. You know such rudeness is intolerable.
Madame Vivienne, I humbly beg your pardon.
You should. Whatever am I going to do with you, my dear? My lord, you're the wounded party in this unfortunate affair. What would you have me do with this foolish, foolish man?
The Marquis doesn't interest me. Do whatever you like with him.
Poor Marquis. Issuing challenges and hurling insults like some Ferelden doglord. And all dressed up in your Aunt Solange's doublet. Didn't she give you that to wear to the Grand Tourney? To think all the brave chevaliers who will be competing left for Markham this morning, and you're still here. Were you hoping to sate your damaged pride by defeating the Herald of Andraste in a public duel? Or did you think his sword would end the shame of your failure? Run along, my dear. Do give my regards to your aunt. I'm delighted you could attend this little gathering. I've so wanted to meet you. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, first enchanter of Montsimard and enchantress to the Imperial Court.
Charmed, Lady Vivienne.
Ah, but I didn't invite you to the chateau for pleasantries. With divine Justinia dead, the Chantry's in shambles. Only the Inquisition might restore sanity and order to our frightened people. As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas, I feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
Is your interest in the Inquisition, Madame de Fer, or is it more personal?
Aren't you charming? It's professional, of course.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivienne.
Great things are beginning, my dear. I can promise you that.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
I just hope I can help.
As do we all. It is enough that you would try. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
I must have this mark for a reason. It will work, I'm sure of it.
Provided we can secure aid, but I'm confident we can. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new Divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
You've given this a lot of thought.
I know what happens when order is lost, and action comes too late. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Raiden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying. Yes?
Why would Templars break away from the Chantry?
The Order believes the Chantry no longer supports their efforts.
What do you think?
Who do you mean? We have lit, but I enjoy working with her. The Inquisition. I may not. Cassandra may have declared the Inquisition public.
Are you satisfied?
Our numbers. Some Templars have joined us instead of follow.
I should let...
Did you need something?
What do you think of the people you work with?
Who do you mean?
I should let you get...
Did you need something?
I'd like to know more about the
If you need anything else, I will answer as best I can. Templars, they were also tasked with tracking apostates, or fighting...
What do...
I've seen this. That was unworthy. Not that I want... We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession.
Why did you...
I could think of no... First, I was 13 when I left home. I wasn't a young... Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 8.
What about your family?
Of course. But there were many my age who felt the same. We learned...
You've lived in this... Before that.
Certain ritual. Most of the time. Mages pretend to ignore that presence. But there...
Do
Some do. If a mage is... Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster it.
What?
There is weapon... Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Life.
Did you... You were a model.
Watching a candle, and I admit, my mind sometimes wandered. There's a... When it's open, as Templars, we are not to seek...
That's all.
Should you require...
Yes?
May I ask you about the Chantry?
It is difficult. They have... It has fallen apart when everyone needs it the...
Do you really...
If you ask... Cast the people on Draste had a dream for us.
So what should...
A dedicate... Instead of... If we are to spread the Maker's word across the world, we must do so...
That sounds right.
Does it? The chant... They need to... A chance for renewal is at our fingertips. It does not have to come with attack.
With a chant...
They will try. Once the... Sometime... The problem now is that no clear successor to just...
So...
Theoretically, they will argue until... Practically, any cleric... We shall see what happens. The Inquisition must...
If they do choose...
That depends on whether she would have me. And even if she would, I... Do not... I am no longer in a position to follow blindly. And no new...
What in...
He's a bureaucrat. Therefore, despite... Some might agree. As far down...
How big...
No more than... He sent... Dealing with him further only lends him credibility he does.
I'm surprised.
I left my... But in... I suppose history shall one day judge my...
Thank you.
Yes?
I'd like to get to know you better. Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
Is that right?
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarre. I joined the Seekers of... I remain. That's all there is to know, my lord.
You're a member of...
The Pentecost...
Really?
And they have him. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined...
It was a life... The Pentecosts are famous. Most are... My brother was all that kept me in Navarre.
Tell me about your...
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time.
You don't seem to like your home.
My family, what little my uncle, thus I did not see Navarre. The real...
Your uncle?
They had the misfortune, the king, thus we were raised by my uncle. A Mortalitasi who...
Your uncle was...
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn. The Mortalitasi... Navarran. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings.
So you were the...
The divine... The position is no...
Unusual how?
You don't know that... I will tell you. The short version is that I once saved the previous
But what does a...
What is your hand capable of? Liliana and I extended the divine's reach after Beatrix, but Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision...
You thought she could...
Justinia knew. She tried to... Sometimes you... It was to be the... I only wish she had lived to see it.
So what's the story?
Sweet Andraste, you It was... What? The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
I'm sure you're just being mocked.
I was there. To hear others tell it, rather impressed.
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a and there was. They freed the dragon, yet I became the right hand. And they are forgotten.
You're delightful. You know that?
No, I do not know that. I object. There is nothing delightful about me.
I beg to differ.
I think I preferred you in the stocks.
I'll let you get back to work.
Make her hear my cry. Seat me by your side in death.
Still got demons pouring out of the rifts. You're worried about the rifts. I understand that. How about night?
Master Harry said, he said I have a mind like a hammer.
So it's true. Butler has stand on us. I hope my hunch was wrong.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in the city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
At least we know how to approach the mages and Templars now.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere. But to do what?
We must look into it.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
Or you could stop bickering and make a decision.
I agree.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
You think the invitation could be some kind of trap?
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options. There is one other matter. Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden... Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is... curious.
That does sound odd.
The others have disregarded my suspicion. 2 days ago, my agents in the... If you have the opportunity...
And if you can't?
Build for them the Golden City, the center of all creation. And for a time you dwelled among them, watched over them. As a
Excuse me.
gardener watches
I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me. We've got word. My company command. If you'd like to see what the Bull's Chargers can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
I look forward to meet...
We're the best you'll find.
All men are the work of our maker's hands.
I don't know if Apothecary Don can get you.
Did you see the message I sent?
Yes, thank you.
Let's see what we have.
To work?
Let us begin.